Each branch of the military has its own special operations forces. But when men are down behind enemy lines, there is only one group called in to get them back. They are the Pararescue. No environment is too high, too deep, or too extreme when lives are on the line.
Our whole mission is to rescue those who are injured down behind enemy lines and get them out. We go anywhere.
The Pararescue are members of the Air Force and Air National Guard. They're also known as PJs, short for Pararescue Jumper. With only 350 of them worldwide, this is an elite group of airmen.
Everybody here is a very unusual person. We're not the ordinary guys off the street. For what we do, it requires an amount of sacrifice and dedication beyond the average man and the average soldier.
The job does push you to your limits. What really matters is the heart and the desire and the drive and the discipline to save somebody else's life no matter what.
The Pararescue program exploded during the Vietnam War. PJs dropped into thick jungles and risked their lives to save downed pilots. PJs helped save over 4,000 men during Vietnam. The techniques Pararescue Jumpers employ today were first developed during that conflict. Each rescue mission has 3 stages. Insertion, securing the perimeter and victim, and extraction.
It's the only mission out there that involves everything. It involves skydiving, it involves scuba diving, but then you get to save a life at the end of the day. So it's every extreme sport you want to do, plus you get to save a few lives.
Step 1, insertion. When the PJs go, they go big. Free fall onto the battlefield is their signature form of entry.
When you're up at that altitude and you're standing on the edge of a ramp, it's definitely exciting.
Parachuting from multiple platforms allows them access to any hotspot in the world.
You have the wind going by you, but you actually don't really feel like you're moving or notice you're moving because there's nothing to show how fast you're going until the ground opens up to the clouds, and then you can see it getting bigger and bigger.
A PJ is fully geared up when he jumps. At 150 miles per hour, extra weight means less control.
When we jump, we're carrying upwards of 200 pounds of gear on us as we go down. You need more control over your flying than an average civilian skydiver.
Not only do they jump with more weight, but they also do halo jumps. These are jumps where they free fall from the highest altitudes the human body can withstand.
Halo stands for high altitude, low opening. Basically, wherever you're needing to drop to, you are traveling at an altitude above the radar system, so you can drop in undetected.
Civilian skydivers typically jump at an average height of 10,000 feet. Pararescue men jump from well over 20,000 feet.
With a high altitude jump, you're facing a number of factors. The first time people do it, it's a pretty eye-opening experience. You're tumbling all over the place, twisting, so you need to learn how to relax and how to control your body as you're plummeting towards the earth, and then you need to be able to have the calmness of nerve to pull at the altitude you need to pull at, not before.
Jumping during the daytime is challenging. Jumping at night is the ultimate test. For the PJs, conditions get more extreme once they're on the ground. Now it's time for step 2, securing the perimeter and the wounded.
What separates a pararescueman from other forces, besides medicine, is our ability to rescue under any conditions.
Their mission is rescue, often from an active combat zone. But these airmen enter the scene as warriors.
We always have our rifles because that's your lifeline. And medicine is not complete without a rifle when you're in the military. It goes rifle, then the patient.
At Kirtland Air Force Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico, PJs train heavily for combat situations once they're on the ground.
When you're under fire and treating a patient, the best medicine is to return fire. We will shoot first, and then we will take care of the patient, because unless suppressive fire is active, that patient doesn't have a chance.
Airmen defend themselves in areas with little cover. Some shooting positions are designed to take rounds below the waist, thus protecting vital organs. Better to lose your leg in order to save your life.
It's instinct, if you have to sacrifice some part of your body to accomplish a mission, it's just what you've done, because that's what we've always done through the training. I mean, that's the whole motto, that others may live.
With the area secure, the PJs focus on the wounded.
It's loud and everything's going on. There's gunshots, there's fire everywhere. And then when we get to our patient, it changes.
In the midst of a chaotic battlefield, PJs must treat trauma wounds with precision. Their medical training includes time spent with civilian paramedics, but goes much further.
My aunt's a nurse, and she's amazed about how much higher my medical training is than hers as a paramedic.
Unlike civilian paramedics, the PJ's emergency room is the field of military operations.
You're not safe. It's dirty. There's wind, there's rain, and probably helo is coming in, and there's some winds kicking up, and there's some dust, and you got to do it fast.
With the patient stabilized, it's time for step 3, extraction. PJs use helicopters to airlift wounded warriors out of the battle zone.
You're focused on getting somebody out of danger. You're focused on saving somebody's life, and that's what makes it challenging.
The challenge is getting out quickly and safely. The more time on the ground, the greater the risk. PJs stationed in Iceland patrol the frigid waters, ready to save lives, even in the dead of night.
Left 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good position here.
Very challenging environment. The water was probably about 40 degrees, very cold.
First PJ's on the right. Second PJ's up left.
When you're there alone at night in bad weather, in 40-degree water, it all just sort of comes together, and then you have to deal with that.
Rope ladders in the water for them.
Nighttime operations are especially dangerous. Finding and rescuing victims in the darkness demands special skills.
Hey, 2 PJs on the ladder.
Air crews use thermal imaging to combat confusion and reduced visibility.
Okay, PJs are on the water. PJs out, power is 70. I have to put them back water.
Plucking stranded sailors out of icy waters is all in a night's work.
And PJs 10 people out. And PJs are coming inside. That was good work.
Pararescue endure extreme conditions. And fierce combat to make rescues against all odds.
It's just exciting, it's exhilarating, it's thrilling, and the whole time, when you're done and you're exhausted, you just realize, man, that person, that's going back to their family.
There is a feeling of accomplishment there. It's a feeling of mission accomplishment. It's a feeling of yeah, we got one. The good guys got one.
Of all the military missions one can be part of, rescue is the most righteous mission you could ever ask for.
PJs risk life and limb to stand by their motto, so that others may live.
These are great guys, salt of the earth, the type of guys that people talk about but don't really know exist, I believe, especially in today's world. They're definitely throwbacks to kind of a old-fashioned defenders of the realm era.
That's why the Pararescue have one of the military's toughest jobs.